where it's like getaway drivers.
Right here.
Yeah.
Once the thieves make off with Legos, our sources say they turn around in self-defense. This is a mismatch.
It's using counter surveillance technology plus getaway drivers and lookouts. So Legos is big business. If you notice how much it is. Healthy debate. Were you guys Legos guys?
I was, but it kind of like
I was not.
I didn't have the attention span to sit down and do like the long, like Millennium Falcon or the Tarzan one. I just kind of made a couple different people and then used them as pseudo G.I. Joe figures and just smashed them into each other.
Yeah, I was goated.
Yeah, it's not. Listen,
Lincoln Logs.
Okay, were you a Playmobil? You remember that? Playmobil is like the offset. Playmobil. We were a little bit of a Playmobil house to a degree.
I might have. I think I might have. Let me check.
Playmobil. Google Playmobil. You definitely had Playmobil. But anyway, so yeah, it's big time business. Big time business. Big time business. What was I gonna say? Oh. Yeah, so big time business with this. They're stealing things. They're going to all sorts of lengths to get this going. It got me thinking, what are some of the toys that are worth? We've talked about toys in Hall of Fames, different things like that. What are some of the toys that are worth it that you would go to or you could see a craze like this with like shit on the street? So now, my dad worked in the financial industry. I know of two stories. The Tickle Me Elmo was Banana Land.
Yeah.
That we lived through. But he said that the Cabbage Patch Dolls were the craziest thing he's ever seen. Guys were setting markets. They were like, I'll pay 75, or it's like 75 to you, and I'll pay 150 if you can get the Cabbage Patch doll. Like nobody could get them. It was insane. It was a crazy, crazy market. There was a black market for those. It was the hottest toy in America.
Beanie Babies were kind of like that.
Beanie Babies were a big time deal.
Beanie Babies, Furbies, Tamagotchi was crazy for a little bit. Beanie Babies were the one I remember though that people were like going super super crazy with, and they had insane resale value. It seemed.
Yeah. So crazy stuff. Let's go through the some of the Hall of Fame toys.
Oh, we're live on YouTube now.
All right, beautiful.
We're back. We're back.
So they caught us.
Yeah.
All right, so we're talking toys. We're talking different toys. The Legos people, they're stealing things. We're going through what's worthy of being a Hall of Famer. Pull up the 2022 list.
Perfect. Wow, this made me feel so much better now. I was fucking stressing. All right, so the good, the bad, and the ugly from the 2022 Hall of Fame toy finalists. This is the Clem blog from September. So we'll go through kind of what he has written here.
Bingo. Is bingo a fucking toy?
I don't think so.
A lot of these things
not a toy.
a lot of these things get lumped into toys, and it's like we really got to clean up this Hall of Fame. I know baseball wants to be pure Hall of Fame. Basketball wants to be pure Hall of Fame. We got to clean up the Toy Hall of Fame.
But, so Clem is saying that bingo should be in the Toy Hall of Fame. It says about him here. Because of that, it gets my vote in the Toy Hall of Fame. I feel like Clem is like a
connoisseur
OG
with
comic
toys.
boy guy,
Yeah.
Comic book guy, toy guy, snacks guy. This surprises me.
I feel like a toy is
yeah, we
something
disagree with that.
You could play with by yourself. Like,
yeah, you can't play bingo by yourself.
Play with yourself by yourself. That's a toy.
Yeah.
well, yeah, that technically is a toy.
We are out on bingo. We're saying bingo is especially not a Hall of Famer.
Next one, Briar horses.
Yeah, this one we're unfamiliar with.
I feel like my little sisters may have had these.
Yeah, probably. I mean, it could see how it could be a toy. Now, Hall of Fame worthy, I don't know, but it's definitely a toy. At least it's a toy.
Catan, you said when we
That's a
went to
board
previously-
game. A lot of these are board games. There's got to be a separation with clean up this Hall of Fame. Got to clean up this Hall of Fame.
Light Bright.
Light Bright is
That's
legit.
That's a toy, and this is legit, and I feel like it transcended to multiple generations. Because if you look at this graphic or whatever, this little ad they have, this is from like the 70s, and then there was an updated Light Bright in the late 90s, early 2000s that I had. So this.
Yeah,
is
there was
definitely
nothing
a
better
worthy
than
one.
shutting the lights off and then revealing the design for Light Bright. Not the greatest toy, but definitely a toy.
I think the carpet that has the racetrack is low key one of the best.
Is that on there?
No, I don't think so, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I know.
And it's
Everybody
not good?
had that.
No, that's a good one, and it's
Oh,
low effort.
Everybody had that.
Not a
toy.
whole lot of cleanup and
Yeah,
assembly for the
everybody
carpet
had that.
racetrack.
Agreed.
Nerf. Now this
No, this is a GOAT.
all time goated.
All time. The only thing with this, though, is after a while, did you get tired of picking up the pieces and the balls?
Yes, Nerf stinks.
No, I don't agree. But I think but Nerf, like you probably get like 3 uses of the bullets, like 3 different
Yeah.
days before you have to go replenish and get more.
Airsoft is fun, but you can't. That's not a kid one.
Nah, airsoft was crazy, and like if you had, there was always a kid on the block whose like
Always
family
had
was
the stick
super
on.
into hunting, and they had like the CO2 airsoft that was like a rifle, and they would just shoot you out their window.
Yeah,
Those
they
Phoenix
give you like
and
the goggles
triplets for
that were
me.
like broken.
See,
and get hit in the
I'm
eye.
familiar with airsoft.
No, airsoft.
Oh, you could get into. We should do an airsoft war between the
Yeah.
gang here. Yeah.
But Nerf, I think Nerf is legit.
Yeah.
But again, they make it way cooler than it is. Like you got to go chase down all those fucking balls and different things like that.
What
That's
about-
where it gets.
what is that
Perry.
Yu-Gi-Oh thing where you?
No, it's Beyblades. Yes, that's what you're talking about. Beyblades. Let it rip. Beyblades are after your time.
Okay.
Beyblades were awesome. It was like this little like dome, plastic dome, and you had two. It was basically a like what is it called? Demolition derby between these two spinning tops, and they each had like a different type of hook or like a fake barbed wire thing on the end, and you would spin them, and they would just like smash into each other.
It was like Rock'em Sock'em for like.
It was like
Okay.
anime Rock'em Sock'em.
Okay, I like that. What else was in 2020?
He-Man.
That's not a toy.
He-Man is a toy, dude.
It's definitely a toy.
He-Man is 100% a
definitely
toy.
a toy.
He-Man's not a toy.
I don't know about Hall of Fame worthy.
The
but it's
He-Man
definitely a
action
toy.
figures in like the 80s, 70s were huge. I wasn't around then, but I remember going to my grandma's house and they were all over the place.
Definitely a toy. What
Hate
else?
that.
Pinata.
Oh come on! You got a toy inside the piñata.
Not a
So
toy.
you have candy inside the pinata.
Yeah. Put candy
put
in the
toys?
pinata.
You don't
No,
put
we put
toys
candy.
inside the pinata.
You had toys.
You
in
had
the
candy.
pinata?
You did it at a birthday party. Candy and then
And
the candy would
toys.
fall. What kind of toys? Like finger
Depends on what
toys?
toy- it depends how old you are. Like 21, the toys in there were crazy. That was a fun little party in college. Get a little
Jesus.
piñata.
Phase 10?
Phase 10? What is
So
Phase
Phase
10?
10 is actually a good game.
Looks like Uno.
It is like Uno. But it's a good game.
Clem was out on Phase 10.
But it's
so
a
I
card
think I'm out
game.
on it too. What's the difference between Phase 10 and Uno?
Phase 10, it's each round ends with you trying to get a challenge. So it was like you had to get 4 in a row, or you had to get 4 5s and 3 6s, or something like that. You had to get all of the same color. You had to get you have to get sequences of the 10 until it matches up to the all 10.
And did it look
10
like
is the
this?
hardest.
Look like Uno?
It does not look like Uno. He put poor man's Uno on there. That's why he put the Uno as a gift.
Got it.
Phase 10 is actually a pretty good game. If you're out drinking, it's not a bad game. Or you got hours to kill in a lake house or something like that. It's not bad. Pound Puppy
Pound
seems like a
Puppies.
whim. My cousins had these. These were like goats.
Build-A-Bear.
Yeah, basically. But you slept with them. This was a big deal in the 80s. Pound
I don't
Puppies.
remember that. Racco?
Racco is a fucking good game, but it's a board game. It's not a toy.
Spirograph?
Spirograph, I remember these.
This
You
looks like
spin
nerd
them.
stuff.
Yeah, it's like psychedelic shit. You spin
Okay,
it,
maybe I would like
you
it then.
color it, you spin it, and it literally looks like that.
Put a little
when you
chocolate
spin
bar
it.
and
Yeah.
hit that on the Friday
But that's a
night.
Yeah,
weird toy. It's
after
like
the
more
sphere.
like arts and crafts.
Mhm.
A lot of this stuff, this was like arts and crafts.
The top.
That's a lame toy.
But in like this says 1910.
Well,
Like
speak for yourself.
that
We have
shit-
some friends in the program that would like
Yeah.
this toy.
It's a lame toy though, dude.
But if it's 1915 and you break out the top
Of
at
course,
the
yeah.
at the bar, you might be.
Yeah,
I think,
that's
I
all
think
you
it's a
got.
well-deserved play.
Yeah.
Ahead of its time.
Okay.
Irvin probably loves the top.
Definitely.
I said friends in the program.
Take a couple of calls and then we'll look at 2018 Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I think we should also go through our like top 3 toys of all time, just because like this list too. I feel like it spans so many generations. It was kind of hard to relate to all of them.
Yeah.
Calls?
Yeah, load them up.
Sure. Phil. Syracuse. His phone's muted.
Phil.
Rico, you got me?
Yeah, now I do. What's up?
I think there's been a misunderstanding.
What's that?
A longtime rider here, 3 presidencies, and I woke up today, I'm in the infirmary, I caught a block.
I blocked you?
Yes.
What'd you do?
I don't think I did anything wrong, boss.
All right, we'll get you out.
Yeah, Dukes, if there was a hype circle, it'd probably be in there.
I'll look if there was a hype circle.
All right. There's a few
Yeah, if there was.
Yeah, it seems like there's been a few guys acting up. I was getting a little. I think it's been a while. I was getting back on the ones and twos.
Some scouts slipped through.
Yeah, I was getting back on the ones and twos in terms of the.
All right, I
the
appreciate
blocks.
it, Rico. Thank
All right,
you.
We'll get you out of there.
What do you think about drinking beer out of a straw?
I know that girls do it when they have lipstick on. Why?
Just checking.
Why? Was
I guess it's a Lancaster thing. I think it might be.
Oh, that's a tough move. The only time I've seen is girls definitely do it with a straw when they have their makeup done.
Yeah, they do when they have a vodka cranberry. What is it, you period? So it seems so good. I watched that on
I always
on the way to Alaska.
Are you depressed? Are you upset that you can't put beer on ice?
No, I think it's gross.
No, but you like can't. But shouldn't every other beverage, to get a beverage cold, you can put ice in you can ice a beer?
It waters it down.
No, I know.
It just
but
doesn't taste as good.
No shit. You
Yeah.
can't do it. But are you upset that you can't do it?
No.
Okay.
I'm guessing you are.
Yeah, I think nothing's better than an ice cold beverage. Like putting ice in the beverage is what immediately colds it up. Plus, you go to a place you buy it warm, or somebody has stuff laying out that's warm, or you run out of the first part of the cooler. That's what's good. Like ice it up.
I see where you're coming from. I think it legitimately ruins. Like it just ruins the beer. Like yes, it makes it colder, but it ruins it.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is. It just doesn't taste the same.
agreed.
And going off that, if we're talking cold beer, I think that if you have an establishment that was established before 1950, you should serve beer out of the cold mugs.
I like that.
A cold mug in a draft, auto buy for me. Doesn't matter what time of day it is, auto buy.
Frozen mug.
Yeah.
Pull it out of the freezer.
Yeah, there's elite.
Those are elite. Those are elite. You still have the glass like fogged up. It's fucking legit. That's legit. You all right, Chetsky?
Yeah, I'm out on ice after that. That was fucking terrible. It's the hoops we got to go through to get an iced coffee, to not buy like a $6 iced coffee and make it in this office. You have to like fill the cup up with ice, make a coffee, put it in the freezer for 10 minutes, then fill it up with ice, and then I just did all of that, like a 15-minute process to get a nice coffee, and then I just knocked it over immediately as soon as I went to sip it. So
Nice.
I'm an idiot.
Well, listen, you said it, not me. Dukes, give me the next one.
What's your name? Where are you from?
Is he loading them up? All right, pull up the. All right, so top three of your toys. I think one, I'm a little bit older. Do video games count?
I think video games count.
All right, video games count. I'm going
But don't do 3 video games.
in no order. No, I wasn't that big of a video games guy. N64, Super Soaker, way back in the day, and then does a wiffle ball count?
I think so, yeah.
All right, so that's my 3. I think you're set for a long period of time.
Mine would
Super Soaker is time limited. I see probably somebody can come up with a list better than that because Super Soaker you can only use in the summer. But man, Super Soakers were legit.
Mine would be.
That was the first toy I remember getting that like my mom saved like late in my birthday. It was fucking unbelievable.
Mine is GameCube. I was a big GameCube household.
That was only around for a limited time.
Yeah, and it was for some reason I feel like I was an N64. I'm a little younger than that, but it had like a version of Mario Kart, version of Super Smash Brothers. It had like all of the fun games, and also had like shooting games and Call of Duty and all that. So I'm GameCube.
Does Nintendo not get respect? Like the history of things. Do we look at Xbox and PlayStation and all that stuff? Do we remember? And Nintendo now had the original Nintendo, N64, Switch. Late in the day, GameCube, not Dreamcast. I apologize.
Had Wii.
Game Boy.
Up until like when PS2 and the original Xbox came out, or Xbox 360, like Nintendo was up in the top tier, and then Xbox 360, PlayStation 3. Once that kind of took off, I feel like Nintendo's kind of been on the back burner. Switch is cool, but like they haven't really been able to like compete in the next gen arena.
What do you got?
Caller.
Go ahead.
Jerry.
Jerry. Think this.
Yeah, Terry here.
Yeah,
Terry,
I'm there.
hear me?
What's up, buddy?
Second time caller, long time listener of Healthy Debate. Listen, we first of all, I don't know if this story's true, but it came from Smacky.
Okay.
Jackie Tables. Jackie Tables says, now, Healthy Debate. Table says, first I want to ask you, how's the arm? How's the sling? Everything's good?
Pretty good, yeah. We fell up an escalator. I got a cut on my foot. Landed on the arm like a little bit. Not good. Not a good week, Jerry. So be cautious with this story because you could cripple a man right now on live television.
You know, Terry, I think it's best if I'm just going to continue to listen to Healthy Debate right now.
What do you got?
No, you got to give us a story.
Yeah, now you got to give it.
You got to give it.
Well, I also don't want to cripple a man. You know what
It's
I mean?
all right.
It's okay. We'll pick him back
We'll
up.
take- we'll pick him back up.
It wouldn't be the first time we put together a broken
We'll
man.
take the cripple. Go ahead.
Well, there was a story that got leaked in Chicago home base today from a guy named Smacky Tables, who says that, yes, Rico was in the sling, and then the next day, through a different Instagram account, it showed Rico at an event
Yes.
with no sling. Healthy debate.
Healthy debate. Was told to take it off for sleeping. I also took it off for a picture. Is that okay with medical doctor Jackie Tables?
I think it's okay. Now now you know.
Now you know me. I'm big on remembering the pictures, Jerry. Do you want the sling there for the picture? You know what I'm saying? 2 seconds.
No.
Exactly.
Definitely not.
2
I think you're in the
seconds.
right. I just don't know why Jackie's spreading these rumors across all the Chicago office.
Yeah, we got to get Jackie off of that Instagram account very quickly too. That was a courtesy.
Yeah, let's put a block on that.
That was a courtesy for family. That was a courtesy via family, guys in the family, which now he is now out of. But that's what that comes from. That was, you could take it off.
Let's get him removed.
You could take it off while you're sleeping. I think I took it off for the picture because you're allowed to.
I love that. No, I respect it, Rico. I'm gonna keep listening. Hope everything is well.
All right, thanks, Jerry.
Phil, are you? Do you have that account access?
No.
I don't have
Jetski,
it
do
either.
you?
We'll get you.
I don't. I don't. Family.
It's not advised.
Just
It's
said
not.
family, and then Smacky's in
It's not
it.
an advertised.
No,
Smacky's in
It's
it.
not
No,
advertised. It's not advertised. But we'll get you out there.
It's good.
We'll
Family.
get you out there.
It's all right. It's all right.
We'll get you out there. We'll get you out
Got
there.
guys putting knives in your back under the family.
All the
camera.
time. Yeah, I know. We'll get you out there.
Legitimately, the meme.
It's also
protected
not
me.
as interesting. It's definitely not as interesting, but we'll get you on that.
Could have helped you there.
All right. Top 3 toys. Jetski. I think you got cut off via game.
Yeah, I said I was gonna say GameCube, Hot Wheels, and Slip and Slide.
Oh.
I'll one up you.
Okay.
Bonsai water slide. Have you had that shit?
No, what's the bonsai water
Look,
slide?
dude, look this up. My dad, I think, spent $500 on this thing when I was in like the 2nd grade.
What is it called?
The bonsai water slide.
$500 when you were in 2nd grade.
2nd grade to get, or like whatever,
Oh,
it was like
this is
$1,000,
fucking sick.
and you had warranty. So once it broke, you just sent
Oh.
it back, and we had this all throughout my childhood. White trash summer, fucking amazing.
That thing's
My dad
sick.
said to this day, best investment.
I still see TikToks of these.
It's like one of those. Yeah, it was.
All right. Can
freaking
I ask a
fire.
question? Why is there not a place, or why are there not all these leagues and different things like that? You got people playing kickball. Why is there not a slip and slide kickball league?
How would it
Somewhere
work?
out. What?
You slide
Central.
to
I watched the
bases?
video. I
You
looked
just
at.
slide into home.
I looked at a thing from Central Park the other day during the Met game. Now I don't know how they would get the hose lines out there or whatever, but these people are out in Central Park just sweating their balls off. There's not a tree. There's trees obviously, but in the middle of it, there's not a tree in sight. They're just out there just sweating dick. But it's so they can get out of their apartments. Put something in there for people to cool off.
So if you were to play slip and slide kickball, would
Each-
it be
yeah.
each base
Each
you're slipping and
baseline
sliding to?
is a slip and slide.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I've done that.
That's
there's
pretty
two favorite games.
I've
at
seen
the
slip
park.
and slide, flip cup. I've seen different things like
I've
that.
seen the flip cup. I haven't seen kickball though.
Tarp soccer. You get a tarp, 2 mini goals. You light it up with water. Put soap on that. You play soccer.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
three
a
on
fucking.
three.
That's how you break it.
That's
That-
how somebody
bones.
that was-
bangs heads.
You do, and then you
fucking
get up because you're
dies.
10 years old and you don't feel pain.
Yeah.
There was also one more. It was called tag up.
Okay.
So you'd have to when one person throws the ball up in the air. There's like an outfielder, and you have to tag up and you have to try to get them home. But you just slide into
Yeah.
water.
I like that.
It was very fun.
There was a story at the picnic, local Little League picnic, that a mom may have been a little overserved and was doing the slip and slide with her dress, and a lot of men, a lot of young boys then got their first glimpse at women's underwear that day.
That's awesome.
She was
Shout out that mom.
bombed. Then the story was she was trying to go home, and somebody else, they were like, where did Marilyn go? Whoever fucking got, where'd they go? Like, oh, they got to ride home with Donna. Like, Donna was more bombed than
She's on
Marilyn.
the slip and slide.
And the two of them were driving each other home, so it was fucking crazy. But that's what Little League picnics are. You got any more in the back?
Yeah.
All right.
Moisty turtle.
Yo, Rico.
What's up?
Okay, didn't know if I didn't hear the beep that time. Happy New Year. As a collarbone guy that broke my collarbone 2 summers ago in men's league lacrosse, you hurt your elbow. You can still kind of move your arm a little bit,
Right.
like you've been saying. I can vouch for you, man. Trust me. Okay, just wanted to get that out there. And the second thing is the healthy debate. Visited my uncle 2 weekends ago, and he was kind of just catching up. I haven't seen him for like 4 or 5 years, and he was telling me about how his neighbor, who's been living in the U.S. from the U.K. for about 10 years, he puts up a Union Jack around Memorial Day, 4th of July, and complains every year when someone steals it or the neighborhood kids will do something to it, like write something, leave him a note. Healthy debate. You lived here for 10 years, boss. Leave it in your fucking house, in the window. Why are you leaving it outside for people? You live in America and you're leaving a Union Jack outside. Like,
What
I
is
don't
a
know. I just
Union-
thought that
what's
was-
a-
Is that a British flag?
What is a Union Jack?
Yes. Yeah, it's the Union Jack is the British flag.
Oh.
And he puts it up like July 1st every year and then gets mad when like the 4th of July comes around and people are not doing stuff to it, but this neighbor is like, yeah, well, I live here and I have my rights. And it's like, dude, leave it in your house. Like,
Yeah,
why
I
are you
agree with
leaving it
that.
outside?
I think you
I-
could
I
put it
don't
up
know.
at
Like,
any
it-
time throughout the year and it wouldn't get fucked with, but 4th of July, like, that's when people are going to be drunk.
Yeah,
They're going to see
that
it.
was
They're going to
my
want to take
thing
it down.
too. But yeah, you're instigating people and their, I don't know, Americanness, I guess. That's a bad way to put it. But
Their nationalism.
yeah. Right. Yeah, I mean, dude, like you said, that's kind of what I told my uncle. I was like, if he had it up all year round, it really wouldn't matter. But he specifically puts it up at the very beginning of July every year for the 4th of July.
That sounds like a
Like,
taunt.
Oh, that guy
Yeah.
did. Yeah,
Lived here-
yeah. Put it in your house. I agree with you, Dukes. That guy who
Right.
called about getting
Lived here
blocked.
for
He's been
10
doing
years,
stupid
man.
things.
Oh, he has?
Yeah, to a degree.
Hey, and the other thing I want to say too, just not going to bring him up because he doesn't deserve the time of day, but a guy from Lancaster does not need to be wearing fucking wife beaters. He blocked me on Instagram for commenting that. You don't need to be wearing wife beaters if you're a pasty white guy. All right, that's all.
You look like a
Healthy
Cardinal.
debate. Yeah, fuck the guy from
right,
Lancaster.
fair
Have a
enough.
great week, fellas.
All right, so how about this one? Is this fair or foul? You're talking about like pranks and different things, harmless pranks. Guy worked with my dad, went down to their bosses, which is actually kind of crazy. He did it to his boss, but the boss ended up turning out to be a prick. He would mount. They had those big wooden reindeers. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
The big wooden ones. He would go there in the middle of the night and mount them.
So it looked like they were
So it
humping.
looked like they were humping. And the guy was a big like holy roller and stuff like that. So like now he would get out in the morning to go to school or work, and the fucking reindeer are all mounted. And
That's
it takes
good,
a while
clean
to
fun.
move them.
That's
That's
good,
good, clean fun, right? The other thing we used to do leaving parties, you know the arches of balloons?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You take the arches of the balloons, you cut off one of the, you know how they have two like sets of rocks?
Yeah.
You cut one off and then tie it to somebody's, or throw it up in their gutter. So then the thing is just fucking
That's
flailing, or you tie it to their like front porch, different things like that.
What is the
Taking the backs of the remote used to be my thing.
yeah? What is the
Oh
line
yeah,
of like
that's
funny to too
scumbag,
fucked
dude. I would
up?
fucking kill
What
you.
about have you heard of forking? People used to fork lawns. You would take like
Yeah.
1,000 forks.
Oh,
it
that
takes a
takes-
while though.
yeah.
And just put it in the lawn.
That takes forever.
TPing I think is fairly like that straddles the line. Egging, I got caught in the act egging, and I got in a car chase, and I tried to do the fucking like Fast and Furious, like you slam on the brakes and the guy goes past you. I was in like a Honda Civic, he was in a minivan, and I stopped, and the guy just stopped right with me and boxed me in, and I got caught and had to power wash his house.
My friends would steal the hubcaps off of like you know how you had an 8-ball
Yeah.
on your tire, the little things that you would have, the little like they would have dice, or you could have
Yep.
those little caps. They would steal those and then put them on their bikes.
I think that's fine, even though it's stealing, but I don't
Yeah.
think it's that fucked up.
This isn't a prank. I just think it's very funny because I told the story when I went to Alaska. My aunt and uncle had a race to see who could get to all 50 states first. I guess like one of my
At the
cousins.
same time?
Yeah, they were just like, who could get to all 50 states
Oh,
first?
okay.
And my aunt planned a trip to go to Alaska, didn't tell my uncle, was going to get there and be like, told you I did it. And I guess my cousin told my uncle, was like, hey, like, my mom's going to Alaska. Like, you should go beat her. So when my aunt was checking into the hotel, my uncle, like, checked her in and was like the bellhop. It was like, where are you guys staying?
I
Oh,
like
was
that.
that's
like, beat
awesome.
ya.
I like that.
I always like that because I was like, that was my only Alaska story.
Yeah,
I had to,
there's
like,
there's different things I've heard with buddies and stuff like that. I think Rick Riley wrote an old article that they had back in the day before the internet and shit like that. They had a one ring club. Like these guys, like if you were a Vikings fan and you weren't paying attention or whatever, if something bad happened or something big happened, they'd call your house, let one ring, and then hang up. And most people would be like, what was that? Like what? Then they would know, I got to tune in. That must have been Dukes. I got to tune in. Something just broke. somebody just tore an ACL or there's a crazy game going on or a big comeback or something like that, they would just let it ring one time and then hang up the phone.
I like that.
That's like a cool club like that. I also heard another group of things. I think Riley wrote about this. They bet on every game for like all of the seasons, and then have a contest at the end. Like it's $1 on each game. So you bet every game in the NFL season. You keep the stats, and whoever is like 50 games above that, like I mean, it's basically things we did before the internet. You know, now
the
we
One
can
Ring
track it
Club
all.
now it just wouldn't work because everyone has your phone number and you get
Listen,
10,000.
Trying to watch a game that's on live, like if you like the Celtics tonight. Let's say, God forbid, you had Broadway tickets tonight. You were like, just don't tell me. It's impossible.
Yeah,
no matter what.
Push notifications.
It's
text,
literally impossible.
Twitter.
Yeah.
It's literally impossible because you have to have your phone to get Uber and things like that. You can't shut it off. So it's crazy.
Did you guys ever go clicking? That was one.
What's that?
Clicking is when you you have like an IO remote. And you used to it was universal, so you could go up to any house and change the TV. So if somebody was watching like Vikings Patriots, and they're in their big ass room, and you just switch it to like the porno channel. Like you've never done this shit.
No, you could do it with
And
any remote.
You could buy like a movie off their account.
No, I didn't.
So
know
I
that.
used to do that a lot.
There were two guys in the neighborhood, if you could believe this. They had the exact same car, and he found out that his car started the other guy's car. So when they would come in for basketball games or something like that, he would move it 3 spots down. Just little shit to fuck with him. He would or it was backed in, he would turn it around. So he'd be like, the guy would come out and be like, I thought I was facing out. And he never fucking put the 2 and 2 together, and he would just hammer the guy.
That's so fun. Probably fucked with the seat.
Yeah, yeah, that's a low-key thing.
That's a low-key annoying ass thing to fix.
Yeah, that's bad.
Unrelated, but I have a car story about this weekend that I think you might find funny. So we were filming one of Dana's bachelor party videos in Tampa. We had a really nice Airbnb, but it wasn't in a great area, Tampa. Like when we pulled up
I heard there's not a lot of great areas of Tampa.
Yeah, but we were in a spot that definitely was seedy, and we pulled up, and the Uber driver was kind of a little skittish, and we got out, and he's like looking around. I'm like, yo, shoot me straight. Like, are you okay? Are we in a good spot? And he's like, I didn't want to say anything, but no, someone got shot up the block
sick.
4 days ago. I'm like, all right, perfect. The whole house was gated in and had an electric gate that shut and closed. So every time we brought the car in, I was DDing. So we would open the gate, bring the car in, close the gate really, really quickly. Well, the first night, we get back late, we order pizza, we forget about the pizza, and like an hour after it should have came, fuck, forgot about the pizza. Go out to get it, see the pizza, open the gate gets shut, and an alarm starts going off. Oh, sorry, the gate gets stuck open, and an alarm starts going off. So I'm kind of freaking out. I'm like, this is like a bad signal for people around here that something's going on, not good. Me and Tommy are looking at the gate, and then Tommy turns, and he's like, where's the car? Car is gone. And I'm the one who drove the car. I'm the one that had the keys, and no one else had touched the car. And I left the keys in the car, but it was gated, so I was like, all right, maybe this should be fine. So ipso facto, the car got stolen. So we're sitting there holy shit, what the fuck do we do? We're running around. I run up into Dana's room. Dana's sleeping, and I'm like, Dana, you got to wake up. This is serious for real right now. We have to leave this house now. The gate won't close. The car is stolen. We're in a bad neighborhood. They might be coming back. I don't know what's going on. We rally the troops. We start getting ready to pack up and leave. Who pulls into the driveway with the car at 4:30 a.m.? Eddie just wanted to cruise around Tampa and took the car and didn't tell anybody. He went to bed, and we're all hanging in the backyard. Eddie took the whip, and we were freaking out. It was literally
Luckily, you didn't call it in.
No, we were about to, though. I felt like apocalypse now. Everything was coming down. You had that laser focus, and me and Tommy, we got to go. And credit to Tommy, he sprung into action as well. I didn't expect that from him. But
my favorite story
Tommy
like
was gonna
that.
beat some ass.
Tommy was ready.
There was a house party. I heard this secondhand. There was a house party, and the kids, parents are out of town. They sleep. The kids crash. People crash at the basement.
Yeah.
The girl wakes up the next day. Same thing. Her minivan is gone. But there's a note on the table. Took your car to practice so I wouldn't be late. Be back in a couple of hours. The kid woke up hungover and drove the family minivan. Took her family minivan so he wouldn't be late to basketball practice.
That's crazy.
It's fucking unbelievable. They were friends. I think they
Yeah.
ended up dating. But
Still.
crazy. That's an all-timer. The balls on a 17-year-old, you take somebody else's car.
Crazy.
Absolutely fucking nuts.
Well, when you're 17, you
think you have the world by the balls too.
the ball. Yeah, exactly. There was nothing you could do wrong.
Yeah. It's crazy.
There was nothing I did do wrong.
Yeah. I remember my buddy, I was going to fill in for my buddy delivering pizza one night, and it was before GPS. It was MapQuest days. So you had to print shit out. I was like, I'll make them, I can make a couple of bucks. My dad was like, No, this is a bad idea. You don't know where you're going, even in your own neighborhood. You don't know any of the streets. You're gonna end up owing fucking 62 pizzas. Do not take the gig. Do not take the gig.
And
I didn't
feel
take
like,
the gig. It was probably a smart idea.
I feel like pizza delivery car, because like you're delivering, if you pull up to like a party house and you're letting the car idle or whatever, and
Yeah.
you're trying to get in quick, I could totally see someone drunk running up, taking the car for.
Well,
for
I
a
had the
fucking
car. I
fee.
would have had my own car, but it was a nightmare.
Yeah.
It would have been a nightmare.
I used to drive people home for money, like before Uber.
Oh, that's not bad.
That's a good gig.
Like when I wanted to stay in like on a Friday, like when I
Yeah.
had football on Saturday, drive people,
It's not a
make
bad
money,
idea.
pay for the pickup on Saturday.
It's not a bad idea. Let's go through the most expensive collectible toys. Do you have that list?
I do.
Dukes, how many you got in the back end?
Two.
Two?
We do two
All right,
collect-
perfect. You know what? Give me those two. We'll go through this
Aaron,
most expensive, and then we'll do the Perriel's final number.
Rico, what's good, dog?
What's going on?
Yo, what's up, man? Hey, I called back in January asking if you heard the Vioza Levels remix commercial. Did you ever see that?
I have not. I think I have.
Anyway,
Maybe. I feel like Levels has been in a
Anyway,
commercial. I remember.
yeah. Just to make you feel better about your basketball injury, too, when I was growing up playing rec league ball, our center was out one game, so I had to do the jump. So I do the jump. I lose it, of course, because I'm not that tall. And then they score a layup. I'm backpedaling, get back on defense, and I trip over my own feet, land on my wrist, and break my wrist like 6 seconds into the game. So at least it wasn't that, right?
Yeah, at least it wasn't that.
Yo, I bought, you remember the little, when you go into KB Toys, you remember they had a game, they had the weasel on the ball flopping around. I bought one of those a couple weeks ago just for old time's sake for my grandma, and she loved it. And then I was looking around. You know, guess how much Furbies are going for right now? $70. Healthy debate. Should Furbies be $70?
No, they shouldn't. I thought they were going to be even more collectible. Turns out, like, none. Yeah, Furbies for $70. Furbies was a bad toy.
Yeah, it would wake on in the middle of the night, and it'd be like the fucking.
Yeah, you used to have to like feed it. You could like hit it. It was a weird.
Were
fucking
Furbies
toy.
before or after the movie Gremlins? Because Furbies
After.
are what Gremlins
Yeah,
were
after.
before they
After.
became Gremlins.
Way after,
Yeah.
I think.
Okay.
Way
right
after.
before they got wet. Yeah.
Yeah. Way after.
I wonder if they had to license that from the movie.
Yeah, bizarre. Was weird fucking toy. Weird toy.
Yo, Rico, next month I got some remixes dropping, got some EDM bangers I'm going to send to you to check
All right,
out, man.
send them out.
Appreciate
Send
you
them
guys.
out. Send them out. We appreciate it. Dude, give me the last one.
So there's some news before this last one.
Okay.
St. John's athletic director stepped down.
Zach Braziller broke the news.
Yeah, I'm hearing that Zach's days are numbered covering St. John's.
Why is that?
Rico,
because he said that
Rico,
Bryce
abort
Hopkins-
mission,
Is that
abort
because he said in
mission.
a group chat of St. John's fans
That's
that
what
Bryce
I'm
Hopkins
hearing.
is going?
That's what I'm hearing.
Abort mission, Rico.
Boy, what do you got, Gary?
Could have been some smoke there. I didn't really confirm it.
We'll
I think
see.
he's still on the beat, but he's doing a piss poor job because
Yeah, I mean, it's not good.
He's not reporting the news. He claims he's known about Craig since like April or March.
Agreed.
He hasn't said anything.
Agreed. He hasn't said shit.
Here nor there, I think we're going to hire Ed Cole from Fordham, who is a business partner of Rapoli. Rapoli
Okay.
donated money to Fordham already, so hopefully that's the natural successor. We'll see.
Okay.
Real quick, I got two toys that I think you guys glossed over. Number one, Pop-A-Shot, and if you weren't rich enough to have a Pop-A-Shot as a kid, they had the mini one that was
That
like a
went over the
tabletop
door.
game, electronic.
Yep.
No, there was one on the table that was electronic. You use your finger to shoot it into the hoop,
Oh, okay.
and it like kept track of your score. That was elite back in the day.
I was thinking of
and
the
then-
one that went over the door, the Pop-A-Shot. Remember those?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
a Nerf hoop.
Yeah, Nerf hoop or
one of
something
those
like that.
hoop
Yep.
hoops. Yeah. And then the other one, which took Manhunt to like the next level, was a home laser tag set. You
That's
can
a
just
good
turn
gift.
Manhunt into laser tag.
That's a good gift, especially if you
Like
have
play that
somebody.
across the neighborhood.
If you have a big basement, like you have somebody, they go stand at the other end of the basement. You stand in the big basement.
Not even play it outside. Neighborhood. You know, you got a couple friends go in everyone's backyard.
Yep.
Makes it like a whole Manhunt feel. It was
That's not
fun.
a bad idea.
This was elite.
That was elite.
That's the ultimate.
No, so all right. So before that, oh shit. See if you can do this. Fisher Price, pool, ping pong, hockey table.
See, the ESPN Game Zone was like five.
I know the E ESPN Game Zone. This walked so that could run. If Gary's around my age, Gary, how old are you?
37.
You're gonna know
The
this.
Game
You're
Center
gonna know
tournament
this.
table?
Let me see it. Yeah.
This?
That.
Yeah, that's the OG.
That pool table
Yeah,
was
I had a
like,
friend who had
bro,
that.
it was
I had
like
a friend who
3.5
had that,
feet long, and you thought you were playing like on a legit pool table.
Boomer shit.
That is
Yeah,
some
bro.
boomer shit.
That thing, and then it had a top underneath the pool table that would be ping pong and hockey, and you could play like knock hockey. It was fucking sick. This table was
I had a
awesome.
quick prank too. That you guys were talking pranks. I just thought of one that I did back in the day. You had to be of the driving age, right? You go through the drive-through, place an order, pick up your order. After you leave the drive-through window, there's that area where you could just kind of stop, make sure you got everything, right? So you're in one car, you do that. You got the car behind you, who's now at the window, and then if it's a packed drive-through, the car behind them, they're boxed in, right?
Right.
You have a friend in a ski mask run through and intercept the handout from the window to the car in between your car and the car behind them, and they have nowhere to go. And then they just run down the block, and then you pick them up. You got to double your order.
That's essentially stealing.
Yeah, that's
but,
thievery.
Oh, yeah, it was. A complete scumbag move, but it worked. Never caught.
yeah. All right. That's what they do it in Queens.
Gary, question. Gary, I have a question. What about?
I think he hung up.
Oh wow.
Did he hang up? What was his question?
Because Rick Pitino in October said Mike Craig is gonna have a heart attack on all the money we're gonna spend. That's okay. We'll find another AD.
Oh, jeez. It's real sympathetic.
It was in October. I think he was just joking around.
Oh, all right. Whatever.
Are you scared?
No, I want St. John's to play Alabama. I want Alabama to play up here so I
That
can
would be so bad.
take a train and go see a game.
That's not. You don't have a win scenario there.
They win the game. They're number one in the country. They win the game.
Rico, I want to ask you something.
Are they number one in
Sure.
the country? Are you still taking notes?
Right now, they're the betting favorite to win.
Are you still taking notes?
In terms of what?
No.
Oh, yeah. I'm still taking notes if you don't put them number one.
I didn't put the number one.
Okay.
I had a lot of people calling me a scumbag earlier this week. I tweeted out, is it, and I did ask if it's a scumbag move if you're like boarding group 7 and you just walk up with boarding group
I'm going to
3.
get heat for this as well. But if people are going to be scumbags with the up top stuff, like, and the space is limited, it's a dog eat dog world, bro. Get on that plane as fast as you can.
That's crazy.
My thought process is
Get on the plane as fast as you can.
if there was no boarding
you don't want to be
groups-
checking the bag.
Crazy.
Get on the plane as fast as you
I
can.
also have to walk on with like 100 pounds of camera
You're
equipment when I
fine.
travel for work. But if, in theory, if I can get on by scanning my boarding pass and it's a different group, everyone can do it. So I'm really not
Right.
inconveniencing
No,
anybody.
you're just beating the system.
And you're just kind of beating the system. I don't think
Yeah.
I'm
The thing you
delaying
do,
the
the
process.
thing you
No,
do
here's
is you
where
just
you're
say I'm with them, and they
Yeah.
can't say anything.
Here's where you're right and here's where you're wrong. If you were Bosco and you were like calling yourself like the greatest flyer of all time, like nothing gets by me, I'm gonna like stand for everything, stand for anything. You have to board when you're board group of
Yeah.
boards. If you're like I don't really give a fuck, like whatever, then you can board whatever. I
just,
don't know. I have a fundamental rule against it.
I just think that like it doesn't make anyone's boarding experience like longer. And if you're cutting someone when you're getting off of the plane, you're directly making them have to wait, even if it's a second or millisecond. You're obstructing the line.
Right.
In this, I'm not cutting anybody. I'm getting online when they say boarding group 2. So I'm just, getting online even though I'm boarding group 5. And the line's going to move just as fast as I scan my thing and go on.
Yeah. No, I don't hate it. I think it's gaining the system. So, all right, let's do Perry Ellis' final thoughts.
Okay.
Work ready, play ready. Perry Ellis always ready. Perry Ellis is an iconic American fashion and lifestyle brand with global reach that includes a full range of categories spanning sportswear, fragrance, watches, footwear, and more. Designed with real life in mind so it moves better, cleans easier, travels well, and goes the distance. Perry Ellis is a versatile, optimistic, fresh, effortless, and inclusive. Made for today's modern man, this versatile lifestyle collection of American sportswear marries design and performance with product attributes including 4-way stretch, resist spill, machine washable, and many more. Perry Ellis allows our guy to be ready for any situation, travels well, and goes the distance. Shop now at perryellis.com. You see this shirt? I love it. Absolutely. In reference to the shirt, the photo Jackie and Jerry were in, I was wearing a Perry Ellis shirt. I wore it straight from the show to the event. So love that. Final word. All I've been hearing about is the Celtics. They're a powerhouse. And I like, as I mentioned, I like Al Horford over 2.5 assists. I like Kyrie Irving under 2.5 threes tonight. But if the Celtics are an all-time great team and they're this powerhouse and this, Ruckshaw type team, they close it out tonight. They don't leave any doubt. They win the game on their home floor. Do not let the Mavs back into this series. So the final thoughts, if the Celtics have any stones or worth what everybody's talking about in terms of them being a great, they close out the series tonight. Dukes, do you have any doubts in terms of closing out the
I have
series tonight?
zero doubt that the Celtics lose this series.
Gets a little hairy if you lose tonight, because then you're going back there for 6, and it just gets a little hairy. I think they're still okay. But if they have any stones, they close it out tonight.
I don't know the last time they lost three in a row. I don't even know if they've lost back-to-back in what. Like, I don't even.
Their longest losing streak this year is 2.
Yeah.
Close out tonight. Close out tonight. I think that's what they get. All right. We will see you Wednesday live from Chicago. That is Healthy Debate. Check it out.